have some more here. Oh, no way. Oh, we've got a couple of rolls. Welcome to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It helps out a lot. Today I'm in Trail County, North Dakota, standing in front of my parents' house. This is the house I grew up in. It was built in 1898 by Hans Eriksson and Jorgen Felighty. The Erikssons were the first inhabitants. They homesteaded the land. They came up here in 1878 from St. Ansgar, Iowa, in a covered wagon. They lived in a sod house the first year and then a log cabin until the house was built. Lately we've been doing some remodel work. While I was updating the wiring in the attic, I started finding papers and trinkets left over from the original family. I thought it would make an interesting video, so I'll take the camera and head back up there. Here's the house. It still has most of its original features. It's got the architecture under the eaves, the original windows. Any boards that were rotted were replaced with the correct dimensional lumber. The main part on the left was completed in 1898, and the summer kitchen on the right, I was told, was completed circa 1902. I'll be focusing on the attic and the main part. Oh, here's the attic. As you can see, it's a mess. Our plan is to remove this old insulation, update the wiring, then put some new insulation down and some decking so we can use this as a storage space. Well, I decided to put on a dual cartridge respirator because this dust is getting brutal. So if my voice changed, that's what's happening. I noticed around the edges, it doesn't seem like there's much under the insulation. But when I get closer to the door, closer to the attic door, I start uncovering some more stuff. That is something. What is this? Highlights of fashion. $60. Highlights of fashion. I wonder what's... Maybe some kind of a clothing box? Maybe from a local store? Looks old. I couldn't tell you how old, though. I think I found the lid for it over there. Huh. That says, I think, a S60 right there, and maybe $3.85. Yeah, that's what it is. Some paper inside of it. Maybe that's what the clothes are wrapped up in. I'm amazed at how dusty this insulation is. This is like nothing I've ever seen before. Okay. Looks like this could be like a candy wrapper, maybe from a general store. Maybe some kids got some candy and decided to keep the wrapper. Again, that's very old looking. Guessing this is definitely before the insulation was put in the mid 1900s. Julius Eriksson, Buxton, North Dakota. Times Herald Publishing Company. Printers, binders, office outfitters. Grand Forks, North Dakota. So Julius, he was the last one to live in the house. I believe he passed sometime in the 60s or 70s. This one's dated, looks like 1914. It's got an old stamp on it. That's kind of cool. No letter inside of it, but that's cool to find. I could probably frame this, put it up on the wall in the house. Wow. Span of Cuba. These Cuban cigars? Yoakum Brothers. That is something else. Reading, Pennsylvania. Span of Cuba. The Packeteer. Oh, that is wild. You know, when I do a lot of my digging underground, stuff like this is long disintegrated. Some of it was, burned in stoves. It's kind of cool this was kept. Notice, the manufacturers of the cigars herein contained have complied with all the requirements of law. Every person is cautioned not to use either this box for cigars again, or the stamp thereon again, nor to remove the contents of this box without destroying said stamp, under the penalties provided by law in such cases. Huh. That is really cool. Oh, feel some paper. Don't want to tear anything here. It's like, oh, maybe it was something some kid made, some Christmas thing. It looks like a Christmas tree cut out there would be my guess. Looks like there's some other pieces glued to it. Maybe you'll find those. Yeah, it's construction paper. Yeah, here. Oh, the Daily Herald credit ballot. So that's the Grand Forks Herald. They're still in business today. The Daily Herald credit ballot, 1914. Maybe this is what was in that letter, because it was from the Herald. Yeah, Julius Erickson, Buxton, North Dakota. And a postcard, Grand Forks, North Dakota, 1914. Yeah, the Times Herald Publishing Company, Julius Erickson. I feel something in here. Some more paper. Okay, there's that cloth wiring I was talking about. That's the bad stuff there. That's what we're going to replace. After date for value received. Promise to pay. Huh. Some kind of receipts of some sort. Doesn't look like they were ever filled out. Here's some more. Looks like they came out of a book of some sort. You can see some staple marks on the end of them. 19. At 19, so it's after 1900. $1,000 worth of information on motor oil. Huh. Wonder what company that's from or what year it's from. Oh, copyright 1928. So right there on bottom. That's kind of cool. That was right before the Depression hit. Luxor complexion powder, moisture proof. Copyright 1934. There we go. We got a date. There, 1934. That's amazing. It survived all these years. Just kind of setting all this insulation up to the side, and then I'll scoop it up into the bags. You can see we're getting the wiring exposed. Oh no, this is the funnest construction project I've ever worked on. papers, some random boards. Huh. Wonder what this is. It's glass with strings. Could it be like a carriage light or like an old night light? It's cloth. Look at that. If anyone knows what this is, drop a comment. Hans Erickson, Buxton, North Dakota. As I mentioned, he's the guy who built the house. He passed in 1932. So there's looks like 3/13/19, I believe. Maybe it's got to be the date. Furs for sale. I wonder what this is. After the rest of the range has been put together, insert strip showing the burners through the slot. I think this is it's like a toy paper stove. I wonder if it's something that someone could have ordered in like a magazine back in the day or something, and they were all bummed out when it wasn't a real stove. Kids would order like life-size Frankenstein characters from magazines, comic books back in the day, and it would just be a poster, and the ad made it look like it was like a life-size Frankenstein. But maybe this is the same concept. Whoa. Avis Erickson. Must have drawn this when she was a kid. It's written on construction paper. There's Avis E down there in the corner. It's actually not bad. A couple people standing. Based on the clothing, I guess would be its early 1900s. Or if that's supposed to be like Little Red Riding Hood or something. Be kind to birds. Avis E, again. Well, that's even more relevant in modern day. I think the bird populations are declining significantly. I've noticed it. I was reading about it the other day. Got some membership cards. Must have been more of those sent to Hans, just up with random names and local towns written on it. More membership cards. Avis Erickson. Maybe some kind of worksheet. Water, Appalachians, Nashville, Texas, farming, Mississippi, U.S. Yeah, it must be some kind of answer sheet, maybe for some schoolwork. Some more membership cards. And colored comics. I believe Sunday they had colored comics. Those must have been Sunday's newspaper. Junior artists. I'd really like to find an old comic book up here. More of these membership cards. 1923. Just get random names on them. Huh. Looks like someone cut this maybe out of a newspaper. Yeah. They had like a paper doll back in the day. Here's some of that old wiring I was talking about. What do we have here? I've never seen anything like it. Phonocone. Portatech. Looks like some kind of old portable speaker. of some sort. Cardboard, probably something cheap out of a magazine. And there's more. What do we have here? Oh, that's fancy. Looks like maybe a towel rod. Can't say for sure. Looks like it had a pivot point here of some sort. And a mounting bracket for it. What is all this stuff? It's all the old curtain rods or something. I have no idea. Got more pivoting points on them. Could it be old shower rods? That's a curtain rod there. Huh. Definitely older styles. And there's some gold brackets for that first piece I found. That's wild. They just threw all their stuff up here. Yeah, some more of them. Wonder what these things are. If anyone knows, drop a comment. Gotta be careful not to, What is this? Festoon set of 2 rings for all drapes and curtains. Oh, there we go. I think this one still has the product in it. There you can see the old style box. I don't see a date on it. Manufactured by M.G. Tompkins and Company, New York. Made in USA. Guessing that's 1950s or 60s. More of these things. That is so wild. It really amazes me how the stuff just sat up here all these years. I've lived in the house all this time and didn't know it was here. Got some more pieces. Another one of these boxes and some more of these gold pieces. This newspaper, maybe there's a date on it. One thing, if you're ever going through stuff that's been stored a long time, it was sometimes packed in newspaper. You can look to see the year on it, which can give an indicator of when it was packed. You'll know that it wasn't packed before that date anyway. This is very mangled. I don't know if there's much to read on it. Like it's brittle and kind of packed tight, so it's kind of a nightmare. The Courier News. Yeah, that is too far gone. Here's another one of those boxes, and this has something in it. Some decorative wood rings. Maybe for towels would be my guess. They could put towels through these. Maybe it sat on a stand. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Drop a comment. But you know what? It was for drapes. There it is. Right there in the corners of the piece. So these were rings for drapes. And yeah, it looks like they're made out of wood or maybe clay. Yeah, I'd never seen anything like these before. Got all kinds of odds and ends, maybe some screws or brackets down here. Yeah, screws. What do we have here? Some kind of a box. Is there anything in it? Some newspaper. The pimple sufferers. Grand Forks Herald, March 13th, 1955. 7 amendments to face 56 vote. This is so interesting to me. Wonder if I can find the lid to this box. That would usually have the company name on it. Looks like we're gonna have a full set of these curtain rods or whatever these things are. All the brackets and everything are here. And another one. It's like a time capsule up here. This is something else. I got some more papers. And some cloth. What is this? Some random newspaper scraps. But this cloth could be interesting. Let's see here. Huh. Looks like I don't know if it's clothing. I think it's just material that was used to patch something, or maybe it's some old curtains. I guess we found curtain rods. I don't see any buttonholes or anything. And some more material. And maybe it was for sewing. Regular ledger, used with preliminary exercises, sets 1 and 2. Clifford Erickson, 1914. Looks like just some figures, cash, maybe a ledger for a store full of insulation. Net gain, net loss, could have been for a college course or a actual store. That's really cool. Well, working into the next stud area and already finding stuff here. Myron Nelson, owner. Let's see here. What is this? Auction! An antique auction from 1974. The city of Reynolds, North Dakota. Large assortment of glass, Carnival glass, Depression, Shirley Temple. This would have been real antiques then. Look at all that stuff. Old scales, albums, records, a wood captain's chair. That is so cool. I wonder if it's just yeah, it's just the same. Auction starts at 10 a.m. That is cool. I thought that was gonna be like 1920s at first, and I'm like, wow, they're gonna have some really old stuff there. What do we have here? Some inscription. The schools of the Lutheran Free Church. 1924, 1925. Cameras and photographic supplies. This is in rough shape, but look at those old cameras. It's like it's got some severe water damage. Conley plate cameras. Sears Roebuck and Company, Chicago. Really like to get a date off of this. Huh, probably scan some of these images in for my videos. Huh, it's got to be early 1900s, I'd imagine. I think the date page is kind of worn away. Yeah, from the roof leaking over the years, probably. Got, well, that's something, you know. Wonder if this is an old carpet. It's worn out. I bet that's an old carpet. An old carpet from the house. That looks like a very old one. Yeah, it's got like, I think these are called iron leaves on it. That was popular during the turn of the century era. Got like a floral pattern. It's gonna make sure there's nothing else like rolled up in it. Could have just been a sample they were saving, or a memory or something. Yeah, it looks like this would have been maybe in the hallway, maybe on a staircase, or something like that. Maybe I can get some of that pattern reproduced, use it in the renovation. Gotta be careful with this stuff. It is so dusty. This stuff is just brutal. It's, like I mentioned, cellulose. It's actually crushed up newspaper and fabric, I believe, is how they made it. A great help to success. Wells Richardson and Company, Burlington, Vermont. I don't know what this stuff is. And doing good coloring is our enlarged and illustrated book. Oh, it's a dye packet. So, okay, yeah, it's in red dye. I don't know what they were using in red dye back then, but let's see. Some more membership cards. Whoa! That is awesome. That's a way old-time carpet. I mean, that's got to be, that could be an original from the house. I don't know if it was a scrap they saved or if it was something left over. I guess it could have been something they got from somewhere. It almost looks like this kind of fits the area. There's a bay window in the front of the house. Probably saw it earlier in the video. I wonder if this was a wall-to-wall carpet from that room. I'd still like to find some hallway wallpaper. Oh, this is an old box. Colored woven cords. Handkerchiefs for men. So it's handkerchiefs for men right there. Colored woven cords. Wish there was a company name on it. Maybe we'll find the rest of it. Say it's the top to a box. You and I Stores, United and Independent. Julius Erickson, Buxton, North Dakota. Draw lamb. Put the fox and the dog beside him. Okay, so some kids drawing. This is very good on it. Wonder if it was a school paper. Maybe just something they worked on around the house. So it was an envelope. Some kids drew on. Looks like a lid for something, a metal lid. There's probably linseed oil paint on it. The brass curtain rod. Imagine this was used in the house at some point. That looks like it's brass. That's an old one. More of these membership cards. Some just random cardboard boxes. Adele's Automobile Guide with questions, answers, and illustrations for owners, operators, and repairmen. Huh. Theo Adele and Company, New York. How to run an auto. The self-taught Adele's Automobile Guide, $1.50. Some kind of advertisement, I suppose. Huh. No date on it. I found some more wires and hit some more papers. Looks like I might have an old newspaper. Be careful, I don't want to tear anything. Let's see what we have here. Some old cloth wiring. Huh. Just like the Grand Forks Herald, I recognize that print. This is very fragile. It's 1933 on it. So that's Depression era. See if I can unfold it without completely destroying it. Something about troops. Fall sale. Huh. The 1933 Grand Forks Herald newspaper. I don't know what that is. We've got more paper. Oh wow, wallpaper. I wonder if this was in one of the rooms. That's really cool. I know this stuff can get reproduced. That's older paper too. It looks like it's almost painted on it. I have some more here. Oh, no way. Oh, we've got a couple of rolls. Oh, I wonder if this was in one of the rooms here. We've got this much of it. Be careful not to, there we go. Looks like a repetitive pattern. That is really cool. I could easily get this reproduced. I mean, that's like new condition. Wonder if it has a, let's see, made in USA, color locked and guaranteed, union made. So this is really interesting to me. Wonder if they had this in one of the rooms, which room it was. I could maybe find scraps of paper when I'm doing some remodels and try to compare it, match it up to this. But that's fairly old wallpaper. Having an exact roll helps a lot as well. Wonder if this could have been in the hallway. I know I'll be restoring that next. It's got to be very careful with this. is one of the coolest things I've found. Really like that. I'm hoping there's going to be some more rolls up here somewhere. And right over here it actually stopped digging. It hit what I believe is some old linoleum from one of the floors likely in the house. It's kind of stuck here, almost cemented. So that's yeah, linoleum floor, likely. Likely from this house I found a few pieces of it. I could again have this pattern reproduced. Looks like it's aimed to look like some kind of wood pattern. I think it's just tar. Over here I had found something. When I find stuff I just kind of stop digging so I can pull it out on camera and show it. Look at that. This might actually be silver. Either that or chrome. It's got wood handles. I don't know exactly what this is. If any of you knows, drop a comment. I wonder if there's any small stamping on it, like sterling or some company name. I'm not seeing anything. It looks to be likely dinner related. Some kind of a dinner set, cooking set. What is this? It's wood made by A. Tornquist Manufacturing Company, Buda, Illinois. Patent pending. That's at least a clue. It looks like it's very old. You can see it's maybe oak, something like that. I wonder if it's related to like a telegraph or an early telephone of some sort. You can see the tag on it right there. It looks like a brass tag. It looks like an envelope. Whoa. What's going on here? Looks like a college currency business practice. This is practice money. F.C. Thompson. Must be something from a college course. This is cool. 313. March 1913, I wonder. Whoa. J.H. Erickson, dealer in general merchandise, Grand Forks. Walsh Lang and Company. Please send at once. Sir, please send at once the following pieces as per catalog at 30 days. 30 boxes of Kirk's soap, 25 kegs, mixed pickles, 12 cases of lamp chimneys, 15 boxes of hotel soap, 40 cases of Olympia tomatoes. Yours truly, Julius Hans Erickson. This is something. as far as the history of this house goes, this is about as good as it gets. Wonder what else is in here. Oh, this is really something. And that's dated 1910. Let's see here. Exchange Bank. And Julius Hans Eriksson. All these papers. Frank T. Adams, Fargo, North Dakota. Look at all this stuff. Shipping bill. Consigner J.H. Erickson. 13 parsley flour, some kind of flour. Fargo. And this is really cool. Another J.H. Erickson. Mr. Frank Adams, sir, acknowledging your letter of the 4th, I have shipped good for commercial railroad today. Very truly yours, J.H. Erickson. Department of Business Practice. 1910. I wonder how old Julius would have been at that point. Thought of J.H. Erickson. I wonder if this is for business practice, like some kind of college course, or if these are actual business letters and then just college currency put in with them. I know the Erickson brothers ran a store in Belmont, the ghost town of Belmont, down the road. 1910. Yeah. Julius Erickson. Subscriptions 1 month. Evening News. Exchange Bank. Let's see, 1910, so these are all 1910. See, I'm wondering if these are letters from a college course or an actual store. Dear Sir, the balance against your account, this firm, $67.25, has been overdue. I do not wish to appear urgent, but shall esteem in a favor, if you will, forward a remittance as soon as something, as soon as be convenient. Oh, J.H. Erickson. So these are, I guess there's no printed name on these. That's what makes me wonder if they are from this college course. Usually stores had printed names on them, but can't say for sure. Freight office. Commercial Railway Company. Expense bill, J.H. Erickson and Company. 8 tubs of butter, 7 cartons or a count of eggs. Shipping bill. Shipping bill. Commercial Railway Company. 12 counts of baking powder, 50 dozen brooms, 90 count fruit jars, 5 box vanilla extract, 5 boxes of lemon extract. The Commercial Railway Company. So I think these are legitimate receipts here because it is printed on it. Commercial Railway Company, J.H. Erickson. Look at all this stuff in here. This is amazing. Exchange bank. Some more college currency. Dealer and general merchandise. 1 case of lamp chimneys. Kegs of pickles. Cases of tomatoes. 3 boxes of soap. It's kind of an expense bill. J.H. Erickson, dealer and general merchandise. Dear sir, acknowledging your order of the 8th, I have to say that you have shipped good per commercial railroad today with the exception of the crystal lamp chimneys. We did not have, we have shipped the sum. Hard to read some of this. Thank you. We'll find it satisfactory. Yours truly, J.H. Erickson. Really like to find some old photographs. Let's see. Got some more letters. Looks like an actual piece of paper here. There's something out of a notebook. Grand Forks, North Dakota, January 20th, 1910. J.S. Harlan, Fargo, North Dakota. Gentlemen, acknowledging your order of the 19th, we have to say that we have shipped per commercial railway company, hoping the goods sent will prove satisfactory and soliciting your further patronage. I am very truly yours, J.H. Erickson. Out of J.H. Erickson General Merchandise. 12 something of flour, 8 barrels of oatmeal. Let's see. A couple more letters. Wonder if there's a barrels sunrise flour. Hay. Okay. This looks ornate. Grand Forks, North Dakota, January 26, 1910. On demand, one day after date, promised to pay to the order of J.H. Erickson $38. First National Bank. J.C. Mason. That's kind of cool. It's got the picture. Some of these old checks were incredibly ornate. The American Cereal Company. Department of Business Practice. General Merchandise, American Cereal Company, 146 LaSalle Street, Chicago. Gentlemen, please ship by commercial rail yard, Excelsior flour. Looks like, yeah, maybe some of these are business practice letters. Some of those look legit, though, with the actual headings on them. Got a. Imagining if this had been a actual cash, that would have been something. 1910, the Exchange Bank. What do we have here? Looks like store ledgers. All kinds of orders, it looks like. Huh. Julius Jacobson. Huh. Yeah, some old business ledgers. It's kind of cool. Looks like stapled together. Buckwheat flour. Grand Forks, North Dakota, 1910. Like some more papers. So that's really interesting to me. Little envelope there. Let's see what else we got. The Commercial Telegraph Company. Actual business practice in the schoolroom. Okay, so yeah, I think most of these are school papers. Exchange Bank of Grand Forks. Julius Hans Erickson. What do we have at the bottom? Agreement of co-partnership. More school papers, I think. Parts of Wilcox and Gibbs Machine, Excelsior Supply Company, Chicago. Wow. Look at that. We're able to scan these and use them for references and videos. That is really cool. Bottle. Big 4 sewing machine. Sewing in bicycles, guns, an oil bottle. Looks like a prescription type. This has got to be circa 1910. I wonder if there's a date on it. Huh. Pearson's Magazine. Navy increase is needed. The wonderful story of cooperation in California. $200 position. That's kind of fused together. Huh. Wonder if this is the cover for this. Looks like it's a little smaller pages. Maybe. Might actually be the cover. Wow. Excelsior Supply Company. Everything pertaining to sewing machines. Look at all that. Old oil cans. Oh, this is awesome. I'll be able to use a lot of these as references in my videos. Firm sewing machine oil. I dig these bottles up out of the ground every once in a while, usually in that 1910 era, early 1900s era. Excelsior Supply, Chicago. Look at all this stuff. Pliers. Huh. The old reliable genuine needle. Bunch of sewing needles. All different parts. I guess someone needed to know what parts they were looking for to restore a sewing machine. This definitely has a breakdown. Yeah, mostly just parts and the rest of it. That is really cool. Chunk of wood or something. H. Harlan Fargo. Must be more to that college course. Papers for that college course. Yeah, another piece. Nonpartisan leader. January 21st, 1918. Erickson Hans. Wow. So, yeah, he's the guy who built the house in 1898. Oh. That's kind of cool. Never heard of this magazine before. All kinds of prints here. December 1917. Looks like a kerosene tractor. I've never heard of one of those before. Yeah, this paper is very fragile. Order sugar. Safety lamp. Fargo brand seed corn. Huh, Fargo, North Dakota. So that's really cool. Wonder where this, the North Dakota edition, might actually be collectible. That's kind of cool. Bamboo. Be a bamboo curtain rod or something. The Dakota Leader. The North Dakota Leader. Wow, I've never heard of this before. Official North Dakota paper of the Nonpartisan League. Saturday, August 3rd, 1918. President Wilson, Secretary of War, Baker and Judge Abaddon. Explode old political ammunition dump. It's addressed to Hans Erickson. He lived until 1933. Class against class. Who divides them? Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Yeah, the North Dakota Leader. That's amazing. Wonder where a Fargo, printed out of Fargo. Empty business ledgers, it looks like. Old box. Some broken glass. Cash notes and balance sheets. By Julius Erickson. More from that college course, I suppose. Huh. Vertical commission business. Coffee roaster, St. Louis. Some of these might be legit commercial business. What's that? Handkerchiefs. Handkerchief box. That's an old one. I don't know how old. Early 1900s, I'm guessing. It's kind of cardboard piece. Maybe a hat box. Piece to a hat box or something. Piece of paper. Goes inside the handkerchief box. Huh. Just a cutout. What are these membership cards? Making some good distance though. Getting a lot cleaned out. Here we go. Whoa, what's that? Super Mix. Hot, warm, or cold water. Calcimine wall finish. Will not rub off spreads easily. Our own hardware. Manufactured for our own hardware. Okay, I imagine I don't want to be breathing this stuff in. Super Mix, the world's best calcimine. All kinds of directions. Looks like Super Mix is ready for immediate use when mixed with water. Stays in working conditions for days. The white is pure white and the tints are delicate. This has got to be white lead. Repair cracks, holes, breaks. Huh. That's yeah, I'm just gonna set this over here. Wonder if it's like some kind of a old rock hard or something. Got another box it looks like. Let's get this powder out of here. That can't be good to have around. Look at that, Watkins Clove Mints, the J.R. Watkins Company, Winona, Minnesota. I dig bottles from this company all the time. Never dug up a box. Empty. This is old. This is an old one. I'd imagine this has got to be from the early 1900s. More than 7,500 salespeople. Established 1868. That is really cool. I actually found a bottle buried in my attic. Apple Blossom perfume. Stearns Perfumer, Detroit, USA. That's cool to see some of the label on it there. Apple Blossom perfume. That's a tooled top, so this bottle is, I'd say, pre-World War I. Probably dates to around the time the house was built. There's something rattling around here. Oh, it's some broken glass. Huh. More broken glass. Above all, your bedroom. Clear flax linen rugs. Wonder if that rug I found could have been from this company. Old Dutch cleanser. Quickly cuts spattered, burned in grease. Must be out of a big old magazine or something. I don't see any date on it, but that's definitely early to mid 1900s. More membership cards, or another one anyway. Another part to that stove. It's like a transistor radio bulb. It actually has some stamping on it. 1125. I wonder if that's 1925. When I dig these out of the ground, they're usually just obliterated. It's kind of cool to see one intact. More of that pink powder. Some modern wiring. Oh, there's some of the cloth. Part of a wooden box. I'm all finished up for the day. Here's some of the highlights. Got those old boxes, this child's drawings, magazine advertisement, those curtain rings, little booklets, auction papers, that old rug, that was really cool. Got that wallpaper roll, and the college packet with the college currency. Well, there you have it. I'll start cleaning this stuff up.